Hey, what's up everybody? Coach Kyle here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future content, and look back at old videos. There's a bunch of them. Today, I want to talk about something that came up during a group run. And this was, somebody was talking about how she thought maybe she would do I think she was talking about doing a 50 miler this upcoming summer. And she thought about doing it in the past, but she's had some injury issues and whatnot. And really, I asked like, okay, so after the 20 mile race you did last spring, did you take a period of rest afterwards? And she's like, yeah, I rested for a good week, and then I, eased back into training, whatnot. And she skipped that a half or a full. She was going to do the half if she didn't want to do the full, but she ended up not doing either of them because of a little calf niggle. And I asked her a little bit, kind of trying to figure out, what might have went wrong. And she said that there was one run she did where she kind of thought, oh, I maybe shouldn't go run. It doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't feel bad, but it doesn't feel good, she said. And she said she went on the run, easy 3 miles, because she was going to be in a car for the rest of the day. So, but she said that she got back, she was limping, and it ended up hurting for a good, few days. She was kind of limping, and she ended up taking like a month completely off, and that helped pretty well. But I talked to her about how sometimes all it takes is one run to put a niggle over the tipping point into an injury. And these like little things that aren't injuries can occur from like a track workout that was really challenging, and your calves are just really fatigued, or a little misstep on a trail run, then your knee just isn't quite right. And I told her that resting for 3 days can mean the difference between resting for 3 days and on purpose by your own choice, or resting for 3 weeks because you have a full-blown injury. So that's something that's so important to remember, is that it's always best to choose to rest in the little micro versus getting an injury and having to rest for a larger amount of time, like in the macro view of things. So sometimes a good reminder is that the best runners in the world, or just the better runners, aren't always the best at running, but they're also the best at not running. And they're the best at not running when something isn't quite right and the body needs a little bit of extra recovery time. Because that consistency, that frequency over time is so important. It's far better to miss 3 days of training, go into day 4 totally fine, healthy, rather than try to not miss any mileage on the week and cross your fingers, go for that easy jog, and end up limping. So that's why the club that I'm with, we do a February, a winter kind of miles challenge, where you put in your hopeful goal, your goal weekly mileage for the next couple months. And teams are put together based on how the mileage, and the goal is to hit your goal mileage. And I actually have not done this for a couple of years because I don't like having to feel obligated to run a certain amount. And because what if my calf isn't quite right one week, and I don't want to miss out on mileage, because then my team will suffer, because then my team's missing out on mileage. And that's worse than just my training log missing mileage. I'm affecting other people's frozen challenge. So it's just so important that the ego is not the amigo when it comes to choosing your training. And the ego wants to run, doesn't want to miss volume or mileage, feels bad when it misses a workout. But your conscious knows that missing a workout for a good reason is a good reason, and remaining injury-free is the best reason. So, as always, you keep running, I'll keep coaching.